Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop 1.873. Um, Back in Florida, back at my much smaller shop, obviously, and still have the Miata hardtop. We've been doing some sanding. The paint got to dry for about 9 days while I was back in Ohio. So the black paint got to dry, which was really nice, but it left some craters and a whole bunch of orange peel. So it's been sanded down. It just had its first pass of sanding last night. And we're going to do some more sanding and get a bunch more of that orange peel out. We'll do another coat of gloss black on it. That will also get sanded down with 2000. And then we'll start doing our clear. And we'll do as many coats of clear as we can. Should have a fairly nice hard top. It should handle the Florida sun and whatever else gets thrown at it. But we have really nice coverage here, and we don't have that big paint crack in the hood, and we took care of the edges on this side too, where you can see some run. I guess you can't really see it there. Some of the paint ran on, obviously, on the verticals, and so we'll get that sanded down too before we do the next coats of black. The other good news, you guys can see the Viper's here, which is awesome. I'm very happy about that. Incredibly happy about that. And the motorcycles are still here, and also in the background, I'm not sure if you can see back there, but the truck is also here, the blue truck. It's what I used to haul the Viper down. So pretty content with that. I brought some tools down. I still don't have, all of my tools. Obviously, I just have this small box. This small box at the other house was actually for all of my guitar tools, the stuff that was very specific to guitars. So, like very small screwdriver sets and, you know, miniature electric screwdrivers and stuff like that, and polishing stuff and electronic stuff that was that was really dedicated for guitar work. And so I'm kind of putting the guitar stuff in boxes and loading it up with car stuff because this is going to be my toolbox for a little while until the big shop gets built. So I've loaded up some of the tools. I did buy some new tools, but they'll be useful both here and when the shop is built. So they're going to travel with. Um, what happened before I went back to Ohio? I was coming back from my friend's birthday party in Tampa, and there's a diagonal road that comes off 75, and it's kind of the cut through to come to Port Charlotte, where I'm at. And it was very late at night, and it was very dark, and the Miata headlights you guys saw are aimed up a little bit. And I came around this little turn, and there's no street lights or anything. And before I could get out of the way, I ran over something. And what I didn't realize, what I ran over was Armadillo, who had obviously been deceased, and he was in the middle of the road, and I couldn't really get out of the way in time, not safely at least. So I kind of caught this thing head on, and I don't know what has happened. I hate to say head on because that's not right. Um, I don't know what armadillos are made out of. If I remember correctly from science class, it's the same kind of thing that fingernails are made out of. But it sounded like I hit a cinder block. It was that loud and it hurt that much. So I need to get under there and find out if the armadillo caused any damage to anything. I mean, I have an aluminum oil pan. I have a lot of aluminum components down there, and an armadillo could definitely jack that stuff up. So I'm going to put the Miata up on jack stands. I have some other power steering stuff that I have to take care of anyway. So I'm going to put the Miata up on jack stands with you guys tonight, and if I can, I'll get the camera down low enough, and you guys can inspect with me and see what happened. I don't think there's blood or guts or anything, but if there is, I apologize. Like I said, I haven't been under the car. It's been parked for a week, almost 2 weeks now. So let's take a look. I got to move I don't have to, but I'm going to move the Viper out of the way just so we have a little more room to work the jack. Um, the Miata is parked very close to those cabinets there, so on the far side, it's going to be a little more complex. I did bring a jack down. It's on the other side of the toolbox there. And I've got some new jack stands, brand new jack stands, and we're going to use those. So, and I did bring a rolly stool. No more cat litter box. You guys will be, or wait, that doesn't sound right. Cat litter container, right? Anyway, uh, yeah, just some small stuff so that I can actually work on the vehicles and get stuff done. So it is late at night, and I don't want to upset my neighbors as much as they love the Viper. So I'm just going to quietly roll it out of the way into the driveway, and then I'll bring you guys over, and we'll get the Miata up on the new jack stands. So give me a minute to find. I don't remember where I put the keys to the Viper. I don't think I left them in the car. I did. So I'm going to do a little steering wheel angle here. Just because the truck is kind of in the way. This is not as easy as it looks. My thing is I don't want to get caught between the truck and the Viper. So I might actually just get in the car. That's probably the better way to do it, I think. Hopefully the mic doesn't cut out on you guys. Do I have enough arm strength to move the car? Not right now. The door can only open so wide because of the Miata. This is the hard part about being nice. Take me 2 seconds to start the car. I just don't have the leverage. Sorry, you guys. We're going to have to start it up. Won't be long, though. No lights. Just going to be smooth. Try not to hit the garage or anything else. There we go. I'm just going to pull it out of the way here. It's a little easier to get in and out of. Okay. Parking brake on. There we go. Second gear. Happy car. Hopefully my neighbors aren't too upset. It's not that loud, is it? I think the door closing is a little bit louder than anything. Plus the jack rolling across the concrete floor. That's going to be louder. Oh, what do we got? People are in here. Let's see. Hey, Juan, what's up, man? I'm not selling the Viper or the Miata, but the blue truck is for sale. It's kind of hard to see past the trash can and Amazon boxes, but the blue truck is for sale. It's currently on Amazon Marketplace, but it's in our Facebook Marketplace, but they don't let you edit it after a certain amount of days. I don't know what it is. So I have to redo the listing for the Florida address. Currently it's listed in Ohio. So I'll redo the listing with the Florida address. I got to change the price. I got to change the mileage because I put another 1,100 miles on it driving it down here. So I got to make some changes to the listing, but it'll be listed in Ohio and it's super cheap. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace, not super cool. Oh, hey, Liz. There's a lot of a lot of very sketchy stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and a lot of stuff I would like to avoid. Um, I bought a, I got into a, I don't know, discussion, I guess is the best way to put it, with a grandmother about a label maker. And she got like super saucy. I offered her $5 less than what she was asking. And then she came back with like, oh, it comes with all these extra print cartridges. And I'm like, I don't have any use for any of those colors. And I'm not doing address labels or anything. They're really not. And she's like, all right, well, I've had other offers. So if anything changes, I was like, hey, whoa, okay, hardcore grandma. And about half an hour later, she sends me a message and says, yeah, you can come pick it up. Okay. Very, very odd. So, yeah, Facebook Marketplace is, man, it is all over the map. There's legit people on there. There's scammers. There's crazy grandmas. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So you got to be kind of careful with all that. Definitely check people out, check profiles, that sort of thing. Um, yeah, Juan, Liz is a regular at the shop in Ohio, and she's also a killer photographer. She's done some great pictures of the Miata, the Ariel Atom, the Viper, but she's just getting into the hardcore stuff, taking engines apart, that sort of thing. So yeah, she's absolutely eyeballs deep in the car world. Um, so yeah, let's get the Miata up on jack stands. I'll show you guys my cool new jack stands. So we've got these two. These were just an awesome color. And it's funny because you can tell that Harbor Freight updated them. Tell me these are not a really cool color. Hang on, let me get a light. And the jangling you hear is the locks. So let me show you guys this cool color. It's a little dusty, but it's kind of sparkly. You can see the sparkles in there. That's a really cool color. So I got a pair of these. And the new Harbor Freight ones, they have this lock. I don't know if you can see it. This thing's going to move. It has this shearing lock that goes in here when you have weight on it, and that will prevent it from falling down. I had the rubber covers. I had probably 10 of these. Yeah, if I can find another purple set, I'll get another purple set. This is kind of cool. They had yellow and gnarly green and black, and if it's black, I won't see it. So I'll slam my foot into it or something else will happen. So we'll use these guys up front. I don't know how I feel about those safety locks and the jingle jangle and all that shit, but we'll see. Then the other ones I got are these two guys, and these are the aluminum jacks. These ones will probably take to the track too, just because they're super nice and super quick. Again, these are the Harbor Freight ones, and they just have the single locking. So they got a bunch of adjustment here, which is really nice. So these are 3-ton capacity, just like the other ones. Flat base, nice jack stands. They're a little bit more expensive than these regular ones, but that's fine. They're much lighter weight. You know, aluminum versus steel. See, I don't know how I'm going to do this. It's going to be a very tight fit on this other side, getting that jack in there. But we'll figure out how to do it. Where'd my other aluminum one go? And yeah, give me a second. I'll bring you guys over here with the Miata. Just set them over to the side. Please excuse all the boxes and unpacking mess. I've had a ton of stuff. In one of the boxes here, the straps, tie down straps that I use to haul the Miata down, they have to go back to Ohio because those are the straps for the race car. We're going to need that for the race car. So um, let's uh, let's finish off our rock star and I'll move you guys. Okay, maybe not finish off. Gloves. This is guaranteed to be a gross job. I don't want armadillo stuff on there. Uh, yeah, you're welcome, Liz. Yeah, Harbor Freight. If you um, Harbor Freight originally was for your disposable tools, your brushes, and kind of the one-time tools. You know, you're going to use it for one project, and hopefully, it survives that project. If it does, great, you'll use it again. But it's not something that a contractor or someone who makes a living with doing that particular job with that particular tool would use. You would go DeWalt, or you would go Milwaukee, or you would go Snap-on or Mac or whoever. The problem with those guys is they all rested on their laurels, counted their cash while they weren't looking. Harbor Freight stepped up and they started doing, uh, they have a matching warranty on all their hand tools. So now, okay, so you make 3 trips to Harbor Freight instead of 1 trip to the Snap-on truck, but you're paying 1/4, 1/5, 1/8 the price. And so you got to kind of balance that out. And there's a lot of guys that are starting out that, and I think it's a good idea. The Snap-on Mac truck and Cornwell and all those guys, you can get into debt really fast, really fast. And I mean like 30, $50,000 in debt really fast. You know, $90 baseball hat gets pretty pricey quick. So I see a lot of guys going into debt and then they have to work that off, and that's not always a great idea. Whereas with Harbor Freight, they don't really have financing on stuff. You kind of, I guess they do have financing on stuff, but more than they don't have a truck that's right there in front of you. You have to go down there, and you're kind of committed. So you'll save up and you'll get the cheaper toolbox or uh, whatever impact driver, and you might have to replace it 3 or 4 times, but you don't owe on it for the next 3 years. So there's just kind of 50-50 on that. For my shop, I don't mind it because I do have a lot of other my shop in Ohio. I have a lot of other people that come in there. So if stuff breaks, I'm not too mad about it. Now I do have my personal tools and I keep those kind of separate, and those are things that only I use. But when other people come into the shop, it's kind of use the stuff that's there. And a lot of it is Harbor Freight. A lot of it is Craftsman. A lot of it is who did you mention? Carlisle. Carlisle from Napa is really good stuff. It is up there with the best. So no knock on Carlisle. Um, that's kind of it. Gear Wrench is kind of stepping up a little bit. They're still about Harbor Freight quality, but whatever you do, don't go into debt with tools. It's it's really dangerous because you're going to have to pay all that back, and the interest is huge, and all of that. It's not worth it. Yeah, you can upgrade down the line, but you're going to lose money eventually. I mean, you see these guys with like $30,000, toolboxes, and they get the same thing for 8 grand. Oh, it doesn't have a light inside. Go to Amazon for $20 and get an LED light that clicks on and off. Who gives a shit? It's the same thing. So be really careful with that. You can get into debt very, very quickly. Very quickly. They do have a great warranty. They're very nice people, but the numbers crunch, man. They can crunch. I've seen guys, you know, 40, $50,000 in debt. They have these huge toolboxes with all these great tools, but they're going to be paying that off for a long, long time. Long time. So yeah, just be smart, be careful with it. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But My recommendation is, my buddy Brian says, buy once, cry once, but you know, you're going to be crying once for a very long time. We got a bunch of other comments in here. I haven't seen the data brand stuff. Dead is not on my name. Yeah. Who was I looking at? I saw a slimline electric quarter-inch drive ratchet today, and I was like, "Hey, that's pretty cool." And then I went and priced it out, and it's from a company called Vessel, and it's like $300. I came with a few sockets and adapters and stuff, but a lot of guys were saying it barely turns bolts. So you got to be careful. You see a cool new tool, and then you're like, it's not really going to work for much. You know what works, and you know what doesn't. Data. I don't think I know data. I'll have to look them up though. Weka, I know. I know a few of the other ones. God, I forgot the Japanese brand. Make these incredible drivers and ratchets, and absolutely amazing tools. I got a set of their screwdrivers for Christmas. Oh shit, I forgot. They're like $600 for 6 screwdrivers, but that's how nice they are. They're really nice. No, they're in a locked case in my shop. That I'm the only one who uses those. I've only used them twice. They're all JIC shape. No, not Vessel either. Tasanda, no. God, I wish I could remember the name of it. It's a Japanese tool maker. Very, very expensive. Oh, by the way, I forgot. I got to put this stuff away. Went to the Mart of Walness. Got the TBL because I realized I was out. And I didn't want to go to O'Reilly's and get a case, so I just got 2 cans of Walmart Brake Clean just to clean up parts and stuff. Plus, I wasn't sure what was under the Miata, so I had to get something. And then in the same aisle, they had the PB Blaster multi-purpose, which I'll use. That gets used all around the house. I got sliding glass doors here that are kind of squeaky and stuff because haven't been used in 2 years. So this stuff is going to get them. The windows in the tracks, you can use this stuff to help keep stuff clean. So that's what this thing's for. I'll probably use it in the shop for some stuff. Let's see, what is Vessel? All the TBL. Yeah, TBL, like the whole underside of the blue truck is TBL'd. The underside of my 2016 Ram is all TBL'd. Everything, exhaust, frame, gas tank, everything. There's a ton of TBL underneath this. The underside of the MR6 race car, all TBL, literally everything. The frunk, the whole floor pan, the emergency brake cables, they all got everything, got it all the way to the back. The whole exhaust area in the back, which doesn't have exhaust anymore, everything got TBL'd. In Ohio, you have to protect. If you have exposed metal for 1 minute, it will start to rust or start to corrode and then rust. So you need to have protection on it immediately. When you sand something down and you're about to primer it, that 60 seconds, corrosion starts. So you have to paint it immediately. There's salt in the air. There's salt all over the roads. It gets knocked up. It's rough, man. It is rough. So got to protect it. I found TBL to work great, but any kind of paint, any kind of heavy duty enamel is a really good way to protect against salt. So anything to protect. We're going to do the front wheels first, and we're going to lock the parking brake, which is locked. We'll put it in gear. And yeah, I apologize for the lighting. These are the old fluorescent bulbs that are in here. So I have new LED bulbs that are coming in. And then I changed these bulbs to the color changers. I thought they were kind of cool. So yeah, Liz's Wrangler. We did the outside roof rack cage. We like cleaned it all up, got rid of a bunch of the corrosion, and then reprimered it and put TBL all over it again. It had a nice uh, kind of TBL finish, like it was definitely not an epoxy, but it was like a electrostatic, almost a powder coat, and that had started to work its way off. She's had it for years, so we pulled the roof rack off in a couple of pieces, got it cleaned up, got it primered, got TBL on it. We're hoping it'll survive another couple of winters. But yeah, Ohio is rough. So get our jack, and I'm gonna try to be quiet. And actually, yeah, I'm gonna go on this side first. So I gotta go really slow. It's a floor jack on concrete. It's louder than a jetliner taking off. So on Miatas, and this is on all NAs and pretty much all NBs, the easy way to find it, if you're looking for it and you don't want to get down and crawl along the ground, right underneath the vertical line of the door is where your jack point is. Same thing in the back. Right underneath that vertical line is the jack point. So if you go straight down from here, that's the jack point. You've done enough of them. Like in my shop, I pull this thing in and center it on the lift, and then I just kick the pads under because I know exactly where it's going to go. So I'll do this for looks for you guys. Squeak is going to be gone. Yeah. Oh, PB blast the wheels. That's not a bad idea. All right, I'm going to get a light too, so I can see what the hell I'm doing under here. So do everything in the dark. Yeah. And we still have our power steering leak, I think. So, yeah, a little bit. I am going to go. Question is, can I get to the frame? Oh, it's so close. Could almost go to the frame, but I'm gonna come here and see. I don't have a hockey puck. Crap! I'd really like to get to the frame to jack this up. Let me see how far actually off that is. It's kind of off. Yeah. Well, it's about halfway on the disc. Miata is not very heavy. I think we're okay right there. The other problem is the Miata is very low. So this jack is working. Oh, we don't have far to go. Oh. I have no idea what that clicking is. But I will say I'm not a fan. So, oh, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. see if I can slide this over a little bit. Also, once I get it lifted up, I can make some adjustments. It'd be a lot easier to do the other side now that I have room on this side. So I'm going to bring him down onto that, maybe. Yeah, look at that. Good Miata. Miata actually hates being like this. So let's go over to the other side. Let me see how I can swing you guys so you can see how I'm going to do this. Again, I got to be really slow with the jack. So sorry. I suppose I could pick it up too. It is an aluminum jack. So now that I'm up on this, oh shit. That was not supposed to be that loud. Now that I'm up on this side, I should be able to get this Amazon box out of my way. Do these guys at a little bit of an angle. Maybe. I might just have to have the Miata take over the entire shop. So, let's see if I can get you guys over here so you can see what I'm doing. Maybe. Is this working? Kinda, yeah. If it works, send it. Yeah. It's working. Slowly but surely, it's working. All right, I'm gonna go around the backside here. Hopefully we can have the front up. See how this works out. This sucks being 6'1", trying to get into these small spaces, but this is part of the deal. All right. So, oh yeah. Oh. All right. Straight body. Watch out for the mirror. Let's see if I can get under here. Get onto, yeah. It's going to be a little bit slower, but I don't have as far to go. So, and I don't have as much leverage. That's all we're going to get each pump. It's going to take a minute. I'm going to stand up and do this. Do not know what that clicking is. These things have new hydraulic fluid in them. And I'm getting pretty close here. Should be pretty darn close here. Oh, stop it, light. Oh, we're pretty close. A few more bumps. Pretty close, yeah. There we go. This should make for a happy Miata. We'll go nice and slow down. Come on, go slow for me, you guys. Yeah, it's something in the return valve. Is not happy in this jack. I don't know what that deal is. And then, so we have our front up, which is a good thing. I'll bring you guys around the back so they don't bonk into you. We can do a slightly wider view in the back, I think. Hopefully it's still light enough. Yeah. I won't bore you with the other side. I'll do the other side first. Yeah. So since that, whoa, that should not be popping out of there. He should be in there and locked down. There he goes. Maybe? No. I don't know why he's not locked down. What the hell's crawling on me? Okay. This might be the wrong handle for this jack. Maybe? I don't know. I don't think so. Okay. All right. I have a frog or something in here. I can feel something crawling inside my shirt. There's something crawling. Out, out. Whatever the hell you are, get out. There are a lot of interesting bugs down here. None that I really want to hang out with. I need my light again. My submarine quarters down here. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is where someone else jacked the car up. This did not use the correct jack point. So it's a big dent in the frame. It actually looks like something fell on it. So now if I come here, yeah, I should have enough room to go right there. Okay. So all right. There we go. Get the light out of here. Peel myself up off the ground. Get this back end jacked up. Because with any good fortune, the front end won't move. This is why we love lifts, right? Let's check and see where we're at here. Oh. Yeah. Where is do right there. Now the thing is, this does not have a pad like the other one does, so I'm going to kind of make a pad. Normally when you pull from the center, these things come out. But he's just going to pull every single one out instead. All right, screw this. Just, yeah. I thought they were like tissues, but they're not. So I have a regular brand new red shop towel, and we're just going to fold it a few times and make a pseudo pad for our jack stand. Not perfect, but in a pinch, it will do. So let's get him in there. And slowly lower this. Oh, I think we're on it. Oh, this is the redone section here. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a different position for this because this was the repair that another guy did. And it's not gonna hold that jack. Over time, it's just gonna fold it right in. So we have to get a little different spot here. The hell was that? Yeah, it's just gonna fold that in. So let's take this and we can put him over there. Yeah, we can. We can't. Where can we put that guy? I guess we can put him on the control arm, right? Yeah. If we've got the pad, we can put him on the control arm. That'll be fine. He should sort of stay put. Oh, I don't know if that's bugs or armadillo. There's gross stuff under here. It's all the way in the back too. Oh no. All right. I'll bring you guys down here in a second. Oh, that was way too fast. Okay. Yeah. There's armadillo stuff here. Oh yeah, this is part of that repair that guy did. Okay. Well, that's all right. We know not to jack from that point. We have to come back here to use a jack stand there. We can got to come back to the body portion because that drain repair. Miatas like to rest out right behind the front wheel and right in front of the rear wheel because that's where the drains are in these cars. They're right there, and they're very, very tiny holes. And when water gets in there, or when it gets clogged up, water gets in there, stays in there, rust happens. It's on most NA Miatas. When I first got this car, it blew air up through there and it was like confetti. Just blew out a ton of stuff. So I'm gonna limp this along. And get my red rag. Shop towels are great. Not very expensive. You can wash them and clean them and all that jazz, and they'll hold up pretty good. All right. So we're going to try this near side here. And on any Miatas, there's a spot to jack from the frame rail. You'll see the bracing between the two sections of frame rail. And that's where your jack point on the frame rail. That's where you want to go from. So, oh, did he slide? Not very far. He just settled, I think. I hope. So yeah, we're going to go from the control arm joint on this side as well. Yeah. Okay. And we'll bring him down slowly. Oh, Jesus. No. Maybe. Yep. All right. Happy Miata up on jack stands. Give him a little. Oh, yeah. Oh, you can see the shot on the exhaust. Oh, feels so bad for that guy. Damn. I wish if it was daytime, I would have been able to avoid him really a lot easier. Yeah, this frame rail got jacked up. All the pinch welds are jacked up too from corrosion and previous owner not jacking in the right spots. So we're gonna go slow again. Get the jack out of the way. So I'll get you guys a 3/4 of the car again. So we are officially up. Oh, let's see. There's a bunch of comments. Oh yeah. It's not more damage. It's just grosser. You can absolutely tell that something uh, that a creature was impacted. That there was a animal strike, and it was actually there's no blood or guts or anything like that, which is good. But at the rear, there were there were scales and stuff that were coming out. Down here, I just had that front main seal leak, which obviously has to get fixed. But I don't have anything. I don't have any animal. My fear was like his head was just going to be stuck in the, in the steering rack, and I'd have to pop it out with a screwdriver or something. But there's nothing like that. There was some pieces of him back in the rear suspension and the rear control arm, but there's nothing up front here. Everything seems to be okay. Nothing with the radiator. The front lip doesn't have anything more than, I mean, it's just got curb damage. There's no animal skin or anything. Figured out why the hornet thing. Oh, that's funny as hell. Now I know why there's a deer siren on the Miata to get deer out of the way. And now I know why the hell it's not working. We have these things in Ohio called mud daubers. And they're wasps. They're a type of wasp, and they're actually really cool. And they eat spiders. They don't really care about you. They look very intimidating, and they're very scary. But they don't really want anything to do with you. So if you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. But if you mess with them, they're gonna sting you, just as self-defense. So a mud dauber made a really nice little nest inside. This is called, ironically, this is called the deer hornet. And he didn't mess anything up. He just brought in mud that was blocking the sound of the deer hornet. So hopefully now that I cleared all that out, he should work again, hopefully, in theory. Still a bunch in there. Mud daubers are pretty good, man. Usually you see their nests up a lot higher. This guy made his nest in here, which is okay. That's fine. That is fine. So now we should be able to run the deer hornet. Oh, we need key, which is here. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear it or not. I think it was this one. No. No. Oh, let's start. He might have been unhooked. Yeah, because one of these green lights should hook up or should light up. He didn't. So he might be unhooked. Possibly. But anyway, deer hornet is a device that goes on the front of your car, and it's different than deer whistles. It doesn't attach to your bumper. It's actually electronic. And I'll go up a little bit now that we got the Miata up on jack stands. That was what we were trying to do tonight. So the deer hornet goes on the front of your car, and it's a little speaker, but it's very powerful. It's a little about the size of half a cigar, and there's a little speaker at the front, and you aim it at 45 degrees. And what it does is that goes off the ground, it bounces off the ground and spreads out the signal. And I thought it was complete hokum. I thought it was, just, sales stuff, whatever. It's 5 times as much as a regular deer siren that you put on. And then one night I was driving the Mercedes and a bunch of deer in the road. And I was like, all right, they didn't move, obviously, because they have such contempt for you. So I'm like, all right, let's see what happens here. And I flipped on the deer hornet, and it was like the Matrix. They just went, and they just took off. They wanted nothing to do with that sound. And I've seen it work with raccoons and possums and all that stuff. So that stuff really works. Now, the downside is it works on all animals with ears. So did you guys hear that? I just heard this very odd noise. I wasn't sure if it was coming from the Miata or coming from somewhere else. Oh, it might have been the fuel pump. So if you have other animals, it'll mess with them too, and they'll want to get away from the sound as well. So when you pull up to your house, you got to make sure you turn it off. That's the downside about the deer hornet. The good part is it really works. It takes wildlife and it sends them into the woods. They will stay away from your car. So that's the upside downside. What do we got here? Wait. That is such a familiar sound. That is someone with an AR on the other end of the canal. It's like 2 or 3 canals over. Someone with an AR emptying magazines. And I was like, what the hell? Because I thought it was a Miata fuel pump, because sometimes you can hear that, resetting or unloading. But I was like, wow, what the hell is that? And I counted off the rounds, and it was 30 rounds. So I was like, oh, okay. What are you guys saying here? Yeah, deer horn, it actually does work pretty well. I was really impressed with it. Like I said, I thought it was just kind of hokum at first, but watching it do its job when all of a sudden it's just like, holy crap, those deer, they wanted nothing to do with that noise. It was amazing to watch. I tested it out on the Mercedes because I was a daily, and then put one on the Miata. I had one on my old Jeep. I have one for the new Jeep. I haven't put it on. And then I have a spare for. I was going to put it on the blue truck, but now I'm going to put it on the gray truck. So they're expensive. They're 70, $80, and you do have to wire them in. They don't work, au natural or anything. But holy crap, do they work? Humans can kind of hear it. If you pull up like against a brick wall, it'll bounce back and you'll be able to hear it. But as you're driving, you can't really hear it because it's all going forward and bouncing off the ground. Not that loud, but it's not subsonic either. I know you guys were hoping for more carnage. I'm sorry there wasn't more. There's just you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move these two guys over to a frame rail. Just I like them on a frame rail better than I like them where they're at now. And that's just me being weird. Because it's going to be up for, I don't know, probably at least till the weekend. So that's just, I'd rather be safer than sorry. The pinch weld joint is fine. That's where you lift from. That's all that other stuff. But I'd rather do it. You got to do it the hard way, right? Now that I have room, at least in the back, I can get the jack under here and get it lifted up. I might put it on suspension component. Oh, where'd my light go? I did have a light, didn't I? Did I leave them on the ground? No. Did I leave them over there? No. It's not in the car. Losing my brain. This is what happens. You had something 5 minutes ago. Now it's gone. There it is. All right. That's the nice part about having a smaller shop. It's harder to lose stuff. I'm going to see where I can put this other one. Oh, I can do him on the yeah, I don't want to do him on the control arm. So I'm going to do him on the frame rail up here. So he's actually okay on the pinch weld where he's at, but since we have room and since we have time, might as well use it, right? I'm trying to keep the jack out of the way of where the jack stand's going to go. All right. Having almost no throw sucks. You have to do like 20 pumps in order to get anything loose. Yeah. You have no leverage laying on the ground. It's up and down and up and down, up and down. Yeah. All right. That works a lot better for me. Wow, these things really sparkle. That is a very cool purple sparkle, I think. That's just me being weird. All right. I'm gonna throw the light over there. And if I'm good enough, let's see. Just slid the jack underneath the car. Why not, right? So, do the same thing on this side. Just going to reposition that jack stand onto frame rail versus pinch weld. Pinch weld is fine because he's really well supported, but I think we'll be happier with him up here. I gotta make sure I have enough clearance with the wheel. Oh Christ! I just get blinded by these things. No. So come back a little bit. There we go, right about there. Maybe get this wheel out of the way is the big part. Okay. There we go. Here. There we go. Yeah, we like that. Also, less chance of my toes kicking it or bonking into it. Yeah, wonderful. Very nice. Like I said, I don't even have a torque wrench, so I don't have a socket to take those lug nuts off. So I can't take the lug nuts off. I can't zoom them off. I do have an air compressor down here now, which is nice for doing air and tires and stuff. But like I said, it's crazy going from like $400,000 in tools to like, I didn't have a drill. I had 2 Phillips screwdrivers that fit normal screws. Everything else was micro. And I didn't have a pair of pliers. So it's really odd when you get to that point. You're like, okay, how do I do this? Thankfully, you have kind of enough skills and enough memory to. Oh yeah, I remember. I can use you know, or you can MacGyver it. Like I had uh, one of the for the pool filter. The drain has a big, uh, I don't know, it's a big hex head. It's got to be a 2-inch hex plug to take out, but there's a slot through it. So I grabbed the screwdriver here, put it in the slot, held it on the other side, and got it loose. Because I don't have a pipe wrench, I don't have adjustable wrench or Nipex or anything like that. So you got to figure out how to do all this stuff. And yeah, it's been it's been difficult. Going to Home Depot and I had to like put my hood on and buy a set of pliers. It was terrible. But now we have I guess it's a little higher in front than back, but it doesn't matter because all the stuff we're doing is in the front. So Miata's up on jack stands. It's a little off-roady right now, right? Could probably Photoshop that into a cool picture, like full clearance. But yeah, we've got power steering lines to replace in there. The power steering reservoir did not fix our leak. So next step is the power steering lines, the feed lines. We'll replace those. And I'm not shotgunning parts at it. I'm replacing parts that are 35 years old, 35 plus years old. Mm. This is brought to you by Rockstar. So starting at the top and working my way down and replacing parts as necessary. Not as much fun as knowing exactly what it is and replacing that part. But the other good part is since I have it up on the jack stands, I can do that front main seal. I can take the crankshaft pulley off, get that front main seal out, put a new one in, and that should stop my 2 drops a day oil drip, which I'm not thrilled about. But yeah, that's where we're at with the Miata. So we'll get the headlights done. I'm still waiting on the parts for those. Those are supposed to be shipped to me. The little plastic tabs and screws for the Miata, they should be here any day now. And so we'll do the headlights. I still have the tape on the wall, so we can get them height adjusted and correct. They're a little bit better than before, but since that one is stripped out, we definitely have to replace them all. It's better to do that. So yeah, I would call that a successful night and kind of an update for you guys. Liz, Juan, thank you guys for hanging out tonight, and thanks for dropping stuff in. I really appreciate it. Yeah, there's always a way. Yeah, you guys are great. Definitely tell your friends about this. I'm going to keep coming in here now that I'm down here for probably another week or two until till I go up to get the other truck and the limo. So I'll try and get in here regularly and get you guys updates, whether it's Miata hardtop. Don't really have to do much on the Viper. It's kind of a lot of that stuff has been done. The oil change has been done. Kind of, I need to burn off these tires so that I can buy new tires. Viper's actually in really, really, really good shape. So we'll bring the Viper in just for eye candy. How's that? And the motorcycles are all set. So really, the Miata is the only thing. Oh, and I do have. I got to do some cleanup on the truck, and definitely, get that listing taken care of. So truck won't be here for very long. The other thing is I left the title in Ohio. I have all the other paperwork in the file. I just don't have the title. So it doesn't really matter. It's going to be here for a little while. So there's really not much to do in the truck. Vacuum it out, I guess. There's probably some French fries or something between the seats that have to come out. The truck was actually very clean on the ride down, so the bed's pretty damn clean. I don't really know what else to do on the truck. It's pretty set. Throw some engine cleaner on it and power wash it. The truck's in great shape. That is a fantastic truck. I'm very happy with that. Some of you saw my Facebook post on it a couple of days ago. It's just been an absolute workhorse. I've had it for 6 or 7 years now, and every time I turn the key, it'll haul whatever. It loves it. 5.7 Hemi. It's 2-wheel drive, so it has more towing capacity, but 2-wheel drive in Ohio doesn't work. And then I have the 410 rear end, which really helps with towing. I don't have as high a top speed, but it towed 26 or 24, 26-foot, 28-foot trailer, steel trailer, with the race car, with all of our race gear, all of our spares, tires, tools, all of that. Just a shit ton of gas because it was a 24-hour race. So we went and loaded up on fuel earlier, and we used all that fuel in the truck for the drive back. And then 3 extra people, and it said, yeah, no problem, I'll tow that. It was a great truck, all the way from South Carolina back to Ohio, no problem. Took a little while, really crappy weather. It rained most of the way, but yeah, truck didn't have any major issues. So yeah, it's in great shape. I'm pretty content with that truck. That was a very, very good score on my part. Uh, really great memories in that truck. Great memories. Not only race stuff, but also uh, people that have been in there, friends that have been in there, and yeah, a lot of good times in that truck and with that truck. So, uh, be tough to see it go, but I understand. You know, got to move forward. Plus, I have no reason for two trucks. That doesn't make sense. So yeah, that's it for tonight. I will definitely catch you guys tomorrow night. Depending on if parts show up for the Miata, we can do Miata stuff tomorrow night. If they don't, then we can do hardtop. We can do paint stuff if that works for you guys. Yeah, that sounds cool. Cool, Juan. Cool, Liz. And everyone else who's watching, who I don't know who's watching. I appreciate you guys being here. And don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. I'll keep bringing you guys stuff. And if you have suggestions, please let me know. I've got friends with tons of different cars. Um, the V8 Ariel Atom from Top Gear. We've got. I'm sure I could get Leo down here with his Lotus. Berg's got his Fiesta or his. It's not a Fiesta. What is it? The Focus. And Leo and Gwen have actually a bunch of really cool cars, so we could probably talk them into driving down. So if there's something you guys want to see, a particular thing, replacing a distributor or putting air in tires or oil change on a 2016 Elantra, let me know. Shoot me a message here or shoot me a text or call or whatever, and I'll try and get that here so you guys can watch that. We'll get that taken care of for you. And then once we get more subscribers, I'll be able to go portable and I can do live stuff from events. So when we go to Freedom Factory, when we go to Road Atlanta, when we do Sebring and Daytona, I'll be able to go live. I'll have the gimbal and the phone, and we can go live from there. And what I'd really like to do is take you guys through the paddock at like Road Atlanta with Lemons. There's so many cool people there, and the cars are just absolutely bonkers. And then also do stuff at 24 Hours of Rolex, do like an hourly update or something, where you guys are with us in the stands, at 2 o'clock in the morning. Hey, you guys, hourly update. Just letting you know, Jordan Taylor's still kicking ass. Stuff like that. And you guys seem to like it, and I love doing it for you guys. Like I said, I don't get paid a dime for this. YouTube doesn't pay me. Nobody's paying me for this. I'm doing it 100% for you guys. So if you're learning and you're enjoying it and you're spreading the knowledge to friends, that's payment enough for me. I'm happy with that. I'll keep doing it as long as I can. Yeah, I think that's a good one for tonight. So don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give them a kiss on the cheek. Give them a kiss on the tip of their nose. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze. It's really important for them, but it is far more important for you. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good night, and thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Cool. See you guys.